Hey everybody, what's going on? I am on today. I just had a couple of things on my mind. Thinking today, hello Kellen, Katarina, good morning, welcome, well afternoon, thanks for joining. I'm going to give people a chance to join on. I just decided to, hi Celia, hi Peter, hi Hutton, Dana, hi everybody, thanks for joining. Had some things, oh my goodness, JC, indie golfer, you guys are coming so fast. Dazzy, hi. Where's everybody from? Tell me where you guys are from. What city? Where you at today? Baron Von Brown shirt. Hello. Atlanta, yay! Actually, still live. Well, I still reside in Atlanta technically, but I am in Central Florida now. So I'm doing both. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Great to see people from Atlanta always. Where else is everybody from? Tell me where you guys are from. I want to know. I want to be nosy. Do me a favor, guys. Today I'm gonna do something I coined a mini scope, kind of like a mini series, because I have so many. Hey, freelance to you. Welcome back. I have so much to cover today. Samuel 69 Lion, Jared, Liv, Ivy. Hi. I have a lot to cover today. I have a lot on my mind, and as you guys know, I haven't been on for the last couple of days. So, yeah, stuff starts to build up, and I have a lot going on. But as always, I'm here. I'm Adrienne Graham, for those of you who are new and don't know me. Adrienne Graham, Empower Me Corporation, empowerme.org. The site is under construction, so we're kind of fixing it up a little bit. I'm a business growth strategist, and I work with people to grow and scale their companies, to go from business owner to company. What business is this? What business is this? I'm just on no business right now, just talking about business growth strategies, tips, but my company is Empower Me, and it's empowerme.org. As I said, it's business growth strategies for people who are looking to scale and grow. I'm Brazilian. I want to learn Portuguese so badly. You don't know how bad. Maybe you could give me some lessons and not speak English. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, I don't have a translator. Hey, Doreen. Hey, Tweets. Everybody joining in now. But yeah, I want to do a mini scope today. Kind of like you know how you on TV, got a good business for you. Really? I have several, so I don't need another one, but thank you. You know how to do mini series on TV and you got to wait every day. Hey, every day you see a different episode or whatever. But today I'm going to do a mini scope because I think that I don't want to do a big, long, drawn out episode on Periscope. Can't share it's too long for Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know, you cut out some of the hashtags, and it won't be too long to share it on Twitter. Team National. All right now. So what I'm saying, mini scopes. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a series of different scopes today, and looking forward to sharing some of my thoughts with you guys today. No sales, you know, I don't sell on my scopes. That's tacky. I want to give you good content. I want to give it to you real and raw, and I want to make sure that what you walk away with is helpful to your life and helpful to your business. So again, I'm Adrienne Graham. For those of you who don't know, my company is Empower Me Corporation. It's empowerme.org, and I'm also the founder of a company called Curvy Girl Closet, and that is a place where plus size women can shop, swap, consign, and rent clothes on, you know, the website, and we're still under constructions with that. But hey KB Career, haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for sharing freelance to you. Everybody share. You know, if it's too many hashtags, cut out the hashtags. Just don't cut out Perry Girls, no matter what you do. You can cut out like entrepreneur or something like that, or small biz. Hi. So, okay, so here's several topics I wanted to talk to, and some of them I'll get into, break it down throughout the day. I'll come back later. It's hot as hell out here. I don't know if you guys know, it's like 90 degrees. And for those of you in cold climates, I'm sorry, don't hate, but, you know, I chose to be in Central Florida, and I love it, and it's a beautiful day today, but it's hot and humid. So anyway, one of the things I wanted to talk about is about how people lose out on opportunities, or they block themselves from opportunities. There's a saying that one of my mentors says is, scared money don't make money. And that's the truth. It really doesn't. And by the same token, I said this the other day. Hey, Lobster Boy, a couple of friends of mine and I were talking, and we were like, well, lazy money don't make money either, you know. I'm all about wealth building through responsible investment and growth strategies for your business and business ownership and things like that. I've never been the one to do the quick fix. And you know, you have all these so-called gurus online and tell you, oh, make money in your sleep 4 hours a day, you work, whatever. I come from old school, where I build companies and I bust my ass basically, and I don't mind working because there's a satisfaction. Hey Patrice, thanks for joining. There's a certain satisfaction that you get when you grow and build your own company, your own empire. And it's one thing to have a business, because lots of people have businesses, and that's great. I love businesses. I love small businesses. But my goal is to be beyond owning a business. I want to run a company. You know, I want to be a household name. I want to, you know, have that staying power. And I was saying on another scope, there's a difference between, you know, everybody's throwing out this boss term. I'm a boss. She's a boss. They're a boss. We're bosses. Anybody can be a boss. Anybody can start a business. But a mogul can grow and scale a business and make it something that, make it something that gives back, that creates jobs, that creates opportunities for other people. And then you have power brokers, and those are people like Tyra Banks, Oprah Winfrey, Sarah Blakely, Richard Branson, Warren Buffett, not because they have billions of dollars, but because they have taken it beyond themselves. You know, here's a perfect example. There are a lot of people that start businesses and it's all about me. Let me market. Let me see who I can get. Let me get some customers. Let me get money. I need to make money. And we all need to make money. Now, I'm not going to lie. Listen, you need money. Money makes the world go round. Love and money are kind of up there in the same thing. But you can't do things without money. Do big things without money for your company. That's just a fact of life. And, you know, it's all at that point when you're a boss and everybody is putting the emphasis on them, on me. I'm the boss. I'm a boss. It ain't about you. When you run a company, when you first start, yeah, it is a little bit, it's exciting and all of that. But you miss out on opportunities when you are so singularly focused and it's all about me. You know, you have to look at your company long term. And a lot of times people don't look at the long-term goal for their company. They say, I want to be on Fortune 100, or I want to be. It's always I want. But you need to start thinking about what purpose does your company serve? Who do you serve? What solutions are you solving? And no, not just helping people put a few extra dollars in their pocket. That's on a bigger scale. I'm talking, think bigger, guys. Think bigger. I'm always thinking bigger. I have this t-shirt, which, by the way, I need to put back on the website. It says "Go Big or Go Homeless," and it's a scene of like a casino with cards and some chips and things like that. Because you gotta go big or go homeless. If you don't go big, what's the point of being here? You know. So back to missed opportunities. So when you're thinking about me, and you're not thinking about the bigger picture, collaborations, who you serve, what's your purpose, and things like that, you can't go bigger. You can't, and you lose out on opportunities. Let me give you an example. There was a young lady a while back. I'm not going to say her name because I don't put people's names out there and all of that. But it was all about me. And I asked her, I said, what about collaborating with someone who is, hi twin, thank you for joining. What about collaborating with someone who has a similar background? Now I'm not going to tell you what her company was because it'd probably be easy to figure it out. So I'll use, she was into cosmetics. Let's say that. She wasn't, but let's say she was. And I told her, I said, you know, as having a line and being a makeup artist, why don't you pair up with hairstylists? Why don't you pair up with people who are stylists, fashion stylists, and things like that? And that way you can get some momentum under your company. I'm all about momentum. You know, once you get through that door, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep going, keep flowing. And the thing about it is, she was so focused on herself. It was, no, because I don't want anybody stealing my idea. Or, nope, I don't work well with bitches. That's what she said to me, her exact words. She said, I don't work well with bitches. And I said, you know what, that's not cool at all. You have to be able to be in a collaborative mindset to make your business work. Now, you guys know I'm outside. Yeah, Patrice, I know you hate that. Yeah, that selfishness, you know, I don't roll with that. Give me some hearts, guys. I'm about to hit you with some really serious stuff here. So, 2 years into her business, she decided, you know, I've had enough and I'm the queen bee and I'm a boss. No, I make my own rules and this and that, whatever. She started slowly losing customers. Why? Because she wanted to be selfish and keep everything, like hoard everything to herself. Leads, contacts, any kind of information that she could sell. Other up-and-coming makeup artists who wanted to partner with her and help build her brand. They weren't looking to build a company, but looking to join on board to help out. Well, her selfishness cost her opportunities. She was scared, you know, and it wasn't her being, a lot of people thought it was her being brash and she just was like a hard ass or whatever. And it wasn't really about that. It was about she was afraid. She was afraid that people would, you know, usurp her authority. She was afraid that people would steal her concepts or her ideas. She was afraid that people would take advantage of her. And I get it, but when when you're in business, you have to take risks and you have to take a gamble. You know, and I use hers. She wasn't a makeup artist. She didn't have a cosmetic line. I'm just saying that as an example because I don't want to put her business out there. Her business is no longer, well, she has a different business now and she's much more humble about it. But that was a learning experience for her, you know, and that's just an example of how you can collaborate. We live in a collaborative society. You guys are on Periscope watching me live. We have the internet. We have Twitter. We have Blab. We have all kind of tools out there for collaboration. But if you're focusing on me, you're missing out on opportunities. You know, which moves me into my next point about scared money. Another person, I'm not going to, let's see, what kind of, I got to give her a pseudonym. I got to give her a, you know, because I don't like to put people's stuff out there, you know, and even if they're watching, that way they don't feel like it's them or whatever. But there was one lady who, let's say she had a clothing line. Let's say that. And she wanted to move into Judy. Who's Judy? Yeah, Judy. Okay, Judy had a clothing line. Thank you, Patrice. Judy had a clothing line. And Judy was doing well online and was selling. All of her clothes sold out. Again, clothes is a pseudonym for what she really sold. But it was selling out like hotcakes. And, you know, she wasn't keeping up on demands and all this other good stuff. So I told her, I said, well, you know, why don't you, first of all, tweak your online site, make it much more streamlined so people have a smoother process and less of a time for fulfillment. Yeah, I'll think about that. I said, well, you know, there's certain things you have to implement. Well, what is that going to cost me? We found some tools for her, broke it down, what it was going to cost. I don't want to put that in there. Hey, JJ Mashin, thanks for joining. I don't want to put that kind of money into it. Okay. Next thing I suggested to her was a pop-up shop. Judy, why don't you do a pop-up shop? For what? No. I need to save every dollar I have because I want to make sure there's certain targeted things I want to get into and blah, 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 blah. Well, Judy never made it beyond what she's currently doing. And I feel bad because Judy's one of those unguidable, uncoachable people who's afraid that if she spends $1, she won't get it back. And what I tried to explain to her was, if you're strategic about it, if you map it out in advance, and you know what, Patrice, I'm going to use you as an example because you're perfect. You said something the other day that is absolutely perfect. If you guys don't know Patrice, say hey so they can follow you. The Baseline Group is her company. And she has come leaps and bounds. I love her, love her, love her. Mwah, to you, Patrice. But this is what she said on Facebook the other day. There she is, the Baseline GRP. Follow her on Twitter, follow her on Instagram, follow her on Periscope. Go ahead, follow her and give hearts. So what Patrice said the other day was, I budgeted. She went to, what is the AC3? I love you too. The AC3 conference, I think it was that she went to. And she said, I budgeted that so that I could go because I had my agenda in mind. The A3C, that's what it was. And she said, I'm going to learn. I'm going to network. I'm going to educate myself. And I'm going to invest this money in me so I can make my business a better business and I can get to know more people. Well, she went out there. She saved her money. She budgeted. She mapped it out and said, this is what I'm going to spend. This is what I'm going to do. Hey, Trisha, thanks for joining. And she went and she made kick-ass connections. And not only that, she also was able to take time. She was able to take time to go see another dear friend of mine, Jay Stone. If you don't know Jay Stone, you need to follow her. Her ramen noodle budget, that's right. Hey, nothing wrong with it, but you were willing to put that budget up on the line to get what you needed to get for your business. That's the point I'm trying to make. But back to what I was saying, she went to see Jay Stone, and there is Jay Stone, JAISTONE.com, who had a book launch, Her Chronicles, this past Friday. And she flew in for this conference and made it her business to stop by and support Jay Stone. So it wasn't about her being selfish, about I'm going to Atlanta, I'm going to floss and all this other stuff. She went with a specific agenda in mind and turned around and made it another opportunity for herself to connect. So you can't have scared money. You have to risk your money sometimes, whether it's going to a conference, whether it's taking a new course, whether it's enrolling in a community college for a course that'll help boost your skills for your business, whether it's taking that trip to go, I know, right? Whether it's taking a trip that's going to make or break your business. You know, there were opportunities in the beginning that I lost out on. Hey, Dia, thanks for joining. That I lost out on because I figured, you know what, I'm not going to spend any money on an airplane ticket to go halfway across the country to meet someone that may be a potential client. But when I shifted my thinking, and that was being scared. That was scared money, because you have to invest money to make money. I don't care what anybody says. You have to invest money to make money. And part of that scared money thinking for me was, no, I'm not going to, that's a plane ticket. Where am I going to stay? What am I going to do? Yes, Trisha, you need to come on and meet us. And you know what? Let me say this, and Patrice doesn't even know this, and I don't know, I think Miss Phenom is on too. Hey, Carla, if you're on, I'm starting a different initiative. Now, some of you guys know I'm doing Incubate to Accelerate. That's something like high level for people who are looking to get investment ready, get in front of investors, and build a company. That's a separate program that I'm doing in February. But I was thinking, as I started doing Periscopes and doing these Mogul Chicks chats, I just started, the energy you guys have been giving me and all of the information that we've all been sharing and supporting each other and everything, and the ask that people have been putting out there that we need something, you know, plenty of things out there for startups, plenty of things out there for the Fortune 500, but what about those women who are, Incubate to Accelerate is the name of it, Trisha. It's ia.empowerme.org. Patrice, if you could put that up for me, I would appreciate it. Thank you. But I'm not promoting that. But what I'm saying is, it's for this new initiative, I want it for Mogul Chicks, for women who are kind of transitioning from that boss period to, okay, now I'm a serious mogul. Now I'm making it, it's ia.empowerme.org. The Incubate to Accelerate, Patrice, that I'm doing. But this, aside from IA, this is what I've been coming up with. A place for women to kind of go, and Carla, Miss Phenom said it very perfectly. She said she wants to see a book that shows you how to go from boss to mogul to power broker. And that's something I've been working on, and I am doing it. Thank you. Yep, that's the address. Not for what I'm talking about now, but for something different. But the concept of going from a boss to a mogul to a power broker, I just feel that it speaks to my spirit. It speaks to the women that come on my scopes that say, you know, I'm making some money, I'm doing okay, now I want to scale it. Now I want to get to that next level. I want to grow a company. I want to invest in real estate. I want to invest in businesses. I want to become an investor, you know, an angel investor, excuse me. I want to learn about the market. So I want to, you know, and there are places like LearnVest and all these great, the Daily Worth, and all these great sites out there that go into personal finance and all this. But there's nothing out there for women that are just like on that rise to become a power broker. Women who are about their companies and running, you know, starting companies, running companies, creating jobs and opportunities, creating new market shares. There's nothing out there that combines that with real estate, learning how to invest in real estate. Because you know what? Until about a year ago, I didn't know that I could do that too. And that's another something else. There you go, Trisha. I haven't launched it yet, but you guys keep watching the Periscopes, and I'll share with you as we evolve it. And I already got a couple of people who have agreed to come on board as experts and as bloggers and for podcasting for that. But I just have this huge vision in my head, and it's so phenomenal because that's a missed gap. It's either the women who are on their way, you know, like startup, or it's women who have already made it. There's nothing for that in between, you know, and I don't want to throw those people away. I don't want to throw those women away because I was one of those women. And I know what it's like to go from startup and then moving up that chain to become this power company. You know, I'm not new to this. Empowerment has been in business since 1998. It's been in different shapes and forms, but it's been going strong since 1998. So I'm not new to this, and I've been an entrepreneur since 1994. So, and I've had my ups and downs. I've failed at a lot of things. I've bombed at some things, and I've succeeded at a lot of things. I've written for Forbes. I've been in Forbes. I've been in Fortune. I've been on MSNBC. I have been in Black Enterprise 5 times. I have been in Essence Magazine. I've been in Financial Times. I've been in, there's so many that, go to my website, you can see everything that I've been. I keep all my press on the thing. You know, and I'm not new to this. So I understand the struggle is what I'm trying to say. Failure is the road to success. Hell yeah. And mine has been a bumpy one. I'm trying to tell you. I haven't been in everything, Patrice. Been a lot of things, not everything. Hi, Bishop Martin. Thanks for joining. But I say that not to brag or humble brag or whatever. It's to show you that I've been there. I failed. I failed publicly. I had a magazine once. I had a magazine. Well, no, I keep saying had. I kind of sort of do have a magazine for the company, for Empower Me. It's called Empower Me Magazine, and that's at magazine.empowerme.org. And I started it with huge ambitions. And about a year in, I started in 2010. About a year in, I got shook. I got really shook because I let people get in my head and get in my ear and tell me that I couldn't do it. Thank you. It was one of those things where, who are you to start a magazine? Oh, you know there's such competition in the magazine, in the print magazine. All print magazines are dying. You won't survive in a print magazine. You don't have a budget for a print magazine. Now, mind you, these were people who came to me when they found out that I was, and this is here about scared money again. These are people who came to me and said, I want to be part of this. I love what you're doing. I love the mission. Spoke on that yesterday, haters. Yeah, I don't want to call them haters. Nah, I wouldn't give them that credibility to call them haters. They'd have to be able to have some kind of impact to be, people don't want to see you succeed. Yeah, and you know what it was? I'm going to tell you what it was. It was frenemies, yeah, maybe. What it was they wanted to do it themselves and never had the guts to go ahead and jump out and do it. And I'm one of those people that, and for better or worse, I am a ready, fire, aim kind of person. That's how I am. Ready, fire, aim. I'll figure it out, because scared money don't make money. If you sit on the sidelines, whether it's in investing, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in business, if you sit on the sidelines, somebody else is going to come along and take that opportunity. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing because depending on what it is, sometimes being first to market is a great advantage. Sometimes that shit is like, you know how they send you the scout to look to see if there's any more soldiers out looking and that scout gets shot? That's what that first time to market person can be. And I've been that person sometimes. I was the first one to do things and jumped out there, says, and figure out the rest. Yeah, exactly. And I've gotten that literally or figuratively shot, not really shot, but you know what I mean. And yeah, I was working their dreams, and they came on board. I'm going to give you the story because I don't lie, and I've written about this. They came on board. It was 4 of them actually. 2 of them had been in the magazine business already, and the others weren't. But the ones that were in were putting a bug in other people's ear. So we were talking and finishing the site, developing it. Everything was good. All of a sudden, a week before we were supposed to launch the site, after I've been told, it's great, it's going to be fine, it's going to be the best thing, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. A week later, I swear to my child's life, I got summoned into a meeting to tell me that I was crazy about doing this magazine and that it was a big risk and they weren't really willing to put a risk and that I didn't have as much to lose as they did. Now, mind you, I had a child, I had a family, and a house that I was letting it all ride on. It was like at any moment, if one thing had went wrong, I would have been sleeping in my car. So how they felt that I didn't have as much involved as they did, the problem was I was willing to take the risk and they weren't. So it was like, why would you tell me this is great, this is great, this is great, and then a week before the launch, you want to pull back from it? I went forward with it anyway. I just did it digitally. It was online, and it's been online. And, it's been through its own site. I moved it over to a subdomain of Empowerment because it got too much managing too much sites. But I pushed on. And I did that magazine by myself. Well, no, let me stop. I had a team of great interns and bloggers who took time. And not just any rinky-dink bloggers. I had some really powerful bloggers that came on and shared their time, their energy, their expertise, and was like, whatever you need, I'm there for you. After this meeting that I got ambushed into, I called my advisory board together. And my advisory board came on, no lie, and they can tell you, at that time, Kelly Hoey, Andrea Risk, I had Patrice Funderburg, all these phenomenal women who were on my advisory board. When I was venting, they were, and one of them was a lady who was a general counsel for Black Enterprise at the time too. So anyway, we were talking, and I was about to just break down in tears. They said, stop. We got you. Because that's the past. let them go. You have something special. Do it yourself. Whatever you need from us, we got you. They weren't afraid to back me, to be there and support me. And to this day, they all still do. Yes, God is very good. Very good. Because this is why I tell you guys, having an advisory board, oh my God, that makes all the difference in the world. Because if I didn't have those people, I would have had well-meaning friends and well-meaning family and say, well, you know what, maybe just this is not the time for you. And for me, I've always been that type. I don't like no. You know, sometimes you got to accept it when it's no, but you got to try. But I don't like no. And well-meaning people would have been like, well, you know, just shelve it for now. I didn't. If you go in there right now, there's something like 238 articles that are on the magazine alone. And these people came through for me, and they were there, and they stood by me. Scared money don't make money. You know? Now, I shelved it yet last year, 2014, because I was going through some issues, family issues. Personal tragedies, and this year I thought about it and I said, no, I'm not ready, but yeah, I'm bringing it back, because why? Scared money don't make money. So I'm bringing it back. 2016 is my goal now to do it for print. Now I got to get it digitally. I got to get it to where I want it to be before I move it on to print. But that was my story about scared money. Advisory board is an entrepreneur. Share maybe on another side. Yep, I will. I did one earlier last week, I think it was, but it wasn't about advisory boards. But we did touch on advisory boards. So I'll do a scope about that later. That'll be part of my Paris series, my scope series that I'm doing this today. But you know, a lot of things. People said I couldn't do a radio show and that terrestrial radio would never have me on, and I haven't. And I went on this kick last year or earlier this year about get Adrian on Sirius XM radio, and I ended up doing my show for 6 years. It was on Blog Talk Radio. People say, oh, nobody listens to that. There's millions of people every day that listen to that. My thing is still archived. I had over 100,000 loyal listeners, and people today. I stopped my last podcast, I think my last show was in April, I think, and that's when I interviewed my very good friend and my mentor, the founder, the owner of the WNBA Seattle Storm team, and we talked, and she did a book, and that was my last show that I did with her as a guest, and 6 years. And people still today, even though I haven't been on, are looking for that show. And I always send them to the archives because I'm very thankful. I've had people like Barbara Corcoran on there, Jeffrey Hazlett on there. I had Michael Bivens from New Edition BBD talking business on there. I mean, I've had so many different people on there. It's ridiculous. I've had billionaires, I've had CEOs, I've had publishers, all kinds of people on the show. They said I couldn't do it, but I did it anyway. Scared money don't make money. You know, and if you guys are getting anything from this, I hope that you get some kind of inspiration. And you know, the trucks are back again, so I apologize for the noise. He's turning. You know, and if I'm helping, if I'm touching just one person, thank you, Trisha. If I'm touching just one person with my story, that does my heart good, you know. And it's because I have a determination. No, I'm not in Chicago, but I've been in Chicago. I'm in Central Florida right now. I'm in Orlando, by way of Atlanta. You know, and I just really. Oh, Patrice is in Chicago. The Baseline Group. She's in Chicago. So I always like to connect my people to network when you're on there. So Patrice, if you're still on, yeah, hook up with her. Start talking some business. Trisha, what kind of business do you run? See, there she is. Hey, Baseline Group. They're good. Oh, thank you. What kind of business do you run, Trisha? I always like to know what other people do. As a matter of fact, you know what? It's been all about me talking. I said, don't be me. Everybody that's still on, I want you to type in what you do. Just tell me the name of your company and what you do. Brief. Network marketing. Okay. Who else? Anybody else? Come on. I want to know what you do. I want to see what you do. Come on now. Show me. There's people on here. I see Bob right there. I'm going to call him Bob from now on, the guy with the thing. Brand management. Yep. She does brand management damn well. She really does. That's Patrice. Rush One LLC. Okay. And Patrice's, her brand management is the Baseline Group. You can catch her on baselinegroup.com. Tell people if you all the time, you're one best. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I need Patrice in my life. Yes, you do. You need Patrice in your life. Patrice, there you go. Wilson Life and Relationship Coaching and NLP. You know what? Someone told me before to go and check out NLP. And I was like, isn't that just like a Mind control? No, I'm kidding. Not mind. You know what I mean. Hey, Tell Tabby, thanks for joining. Just send me an email through my site. That's right. Send her an email through her site. Yeah, NLP, somebody told me I should do that, and it's just one more extra thing that I was gonna do, but I didn't do it. But yeah, everybody else, whoever else wants to say what they do, what the name of their company is, definitely put it out there. Ambitions, online business marketing and management. Yes, she is Doreen. Let me tell you something. She does not play. She's professional, ultimate, consummate professional. So you got to have your stuff right if you're going to work with her. So yes, that's Doreen Harper. Harper's the married name or the new name? I don't remember. Run janitorial business and retail therapy. Yep. Freelance to you. Yep. There you go. See, you gotta make connections. I don't mind people making connections on here. Lifestyle concierge and referral service. There you go. Yep. Put your is your I guess your Twitter is the same as me. Oh, you're welcome. Very good for marketing, understanding mind patterns. It is, Bishop. But I've been okay, Harper's the married name, that's right. Okay, Doreen Harper. I've been doing this so long, I think I've kind of absorbed NLPs. I could always, learn more. But I'll tell you something that most of you guys don't know about me. In June, I was kind of restless and didn't know what I wanted to do. And again, scared money don't make money. So I started this year into getting into real estate as an investor, not to sell or any of that other stuff. But I decided in June, after a couple of months of dealing with the local, you tapping it, thank you, tap the hearts. I decided to get into real estate investing and learn about it. Not that whole, hey, flip this house kind of thing. Hi, Shanta, thanks for joining. But I got my real estate license. I sure did. Hi, thanks for joining. I got my real estate license in June. I signed with a firm, but I'm not working as a real estate agent. I got it to help me with my investing because you guys know that as a real estate agent who happens to be an investor, you don't have to pay commission. So my commissions go to my purchases. So it's a tool. It's a business tool. And I've met some amazing investors out here in Florida and learned so much. So much. My goal next year, I want to get an apartment building. I mean, that's something that is really big and lofty, but it is what it is. And if you own a home, you can start there and learning about all the things you can do as far as real estate and investing and things like that, and use your home to kind of branch out. Make your home make money for you, not tap into your equity. I don't want you to do that. Please don't do that. But there are things to learn. I would suggest going and find a reputable business investment place. You can go to what's it called? Bigger Pockets, biggerpockets.com. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I stumbled upon them back earlier this year when I got down here, and that's how I found out about the real estate investment group here in Central Florida. But yeah, it's a tool. Scared money don't make money. You have to be willing to diversify and play, what works for you. For me, I run businesses. I have companies, I have Empower Me is my main baby that I've been doing with the business growth strategies consulting and the media and publishing and books and all the other stuff. And I may get into live events again, but maybe not. And Incubate to Accelerate is an offshoot of that program that is once a year. Hey, Sharon. Thanks for joining. Glad you could join. And my other business is Curvy Girl Closet. Like I said earlier, it is a place for people plus size women, size 12 and up, to get fashionable clothes, to shop, swap, rent, and consign. And I have some news about that. We're going to be doing swap parties. And I'm trying to figure it out because I want to do it strategically in different cities and do it by groups, like maybe 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, and do it that way so there's always something for somebody to have and won't be left out. But shoes, accessories, and clothes, basically. As a matter of fact, I started to implement bridal stuff there. I was going to do wedding gowns, but those things are hard as hell to sell. Maybe you can partner with James here, who looks for investors to purchase properties in Vegas. Who's James? James, raise your hand. Show me who you are so I know who that is. Because I am going to be branching out. I'm actually looking at some deals in Atlanta. I'm looking, of course, down here in Florida. And a lot of you know California is my goal, where I want to eventually end up. I'll be looking for property there, too. But as I was saying, I have bridal wear. I have like 6 plus size bridal gowns. So if you guys know anybody that's getting married and wants gowns for under $400, please let me know. My cousin in Tampa is a real estate mogul. in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, shoot, tell them connect. Hey, the Cut Junkie, thanks for joining. So if you guys know of anybody who needs bridal gowns, they're gently used, under $400, beautiful gowns. Let me know, because I got to get rid of those. I'm axing the wedding, the bridal stuff from the site. Just keep it regular, fashionable clothes. But yeah, Curvy Girl Closet was launched, and that was out of I had 102 fever, an abscess, and the flu. And I traveled to Omaha, Nebraska. Some of you know I'm a mentor at a company called, a program called Straight Shot Accelerator. And it's a startup accelerator for tech companies, e-commerce companies in Omaha, Nebraska. And this is my third cycle as a mentor. I'm so blessed and happy that I could impart my wisdom to people who are coming up in the tech world. But it was on one of the trips that I'd taken out there to speak at the event. And I was at the airport, and I had 102 fever and catching the flu, and I had an abscess, like my face was out to here. And I looked down and saw the Omaha the newspaper, and it was about a plus-size consignment shop. And I'd always wanted to do something like that. Now, I'm a 12, 14 on a good day, so you can't really tell from here. I'm not that. I'm curvy. But anyway, I always wanted something for the curvy chicks, because you go into the consignment shops, you got the size 2, size 4, size, everybody ain't built like that, So I called one of the guys, the VC, the venture capitalist at the company, at the Straight Shot, and I said, listen, jamesmckinney.lost.fusionmls.com. All right, thanks. I will definitely get that. And I called him. I said, listen, I'm sick. I have the flu. I can hardly talk. I got 102 fever. Am I crazy? He said, absolutely not. He said, tell me the rundown. So I gave him the rundown of my vision for Curvy Girl Closet. And like long-term offline, I want to have a mobile truck. I want to be able to do pop-up shops. I want to be able to do swap parties and have a membership in a whole community for shopping and swapping and things like that. And he said, go for it. And I did it, and I launched it last year. I am Hispanic. We sure aren't. I know, right? Well, I'm half Puerto Rican, half black, so I'm not a size 2, okay? But anyway, and it was like I launched. It was one of those scared money, don't make money. It's something that had been on my heart for the longest, and I had the expertise, and I love clothes. I love shopping. I love it. I keep it very simple, but if you go in my closets, it's crazy. So I said, I'm going to launch this company and give it away again for me to make money and for other people to make money. Because think of it as like a consignment shop meets eBay for plus size cute chicks, curvy chicks, fashionable chicks that like to dress. That's what I decided to do. So that was business number 2. And then I have a third business with my sisters that I run. It's a romance lifestyle brand, and I'm gonna leave it at that. We have a boutique. No, we're not direct sales associates of some other company. This is our company. It's called Busy's Place. That we came up with years ago, but then decided to pull the trigger on it about maybe 2 years ago. And we're scaling it. It's on kind of a holding pattern now, but we are going to use a direct sales model. So we're going to be creating opportunities for people to sell, whether it's, adult products, toys, or lingerie is another line that we're coming out with. But we're still trying to find a good line that has plus size and smaller sizes, because we want to be able to accommodate everybody. Everybody wants to feel sexy, And shoes. We'll have shoe lines in there too that we're going to be doing. So the person can sell shoes, they can sell lingerie, they can sell the adult products, they can sell body products and cosmetics. So we're just kind of bringing it together to give people options to make money and, of course, to grow our business too. And we have an edibles line. We have a mobile fashion trucks here, jewelry only. It is great. Yeah, I love those. I saw in California, actually. I can't remember the name of it, but she did a mobile truck. And she was scared at first. She said, she fits into the scared money, don't make money. Her parents thought she was crazy for doing it, and she did it anyway, and she was a success. I saw her right there at the Venice Beach at the pier, and beautiful truck. She had a little thing, and she was my inspiration for Curvy Girl Closet to have the mobile truck. Probably in 2017 I'm going to do that, where they have a fitting room and like seating areas in there, and serve them sparkling water, sparkling juice, cider, whatever, and some little things. But back to Busy's Place, we have the edibles line. Some of you have seen some of my creations that I put online, Instagram and things. But we're going to have an edibles line too that we're going to launch under Busy's Place. So, and then we have some experts, relationship experts that are going to be coming in to teach workshops. So that's a whole other company that we have it's in holding right now. So we're still kind of working out the kinks. But again, we make money. Our sales associates make money. We're giving people an opportunity to run businesses and make money. So everything, if you can see all of my businesses and everything that I do, you see everything has to do with not just me making money and being profitable, but also how can I create opportunities for other people too. That's who I am. That's what I do, because we all in this world together. We are all in it together. And if we all can't help each other, then, you know, we need some guidance. Everybody needs guidance. But back to my scared money don't make money. You got to be willing to put down some money to invest. You can't look at it as in an expense. You can't look at it as in I'm spending money. You have to look at it as, if I invest in this, what will it mean to my bottom line? If I invest in this, what is the return on my investment? If I invest in this, how does it make my company, my life, my product, my service, my business greater? If I invest in this, how does this multiply opportunities for me down the road? So think about it in that terms, and instead of, oh Lord, it cost me this plane ticket cost me this much, or this course cost me this much. Make sure it makes sense for your long-term goals. And I always tell people that I'm not for everybody, and that's okay. It took me a long time to be okay with that. But you have to be okay with the fact that you have to do what's best for you and your company and the future of your company. So you can't have scared money. And the other thing is, and I'm probably going to get some pushback on this, but what the hell, I live dangerously. I don't care. Lazy money don't make money. There's a wonderful book out called The 4-Hour Workweek. Hey, there she is. What's up, Carla? Miss Phenom. There's a book called The 4-Hour Workweek. And while I understand and agree with some things in the book, overall, I'm not a supporter of the book. I love Tim Ferriss because he does his thing. He does his thing. But I just think that telling people that you can set it and forget it, or you can only work 4 hours a week and not see any result, and see a lot of results. Here's the question I have for you. What kind of business is it? What kind of business are you trying to run? You know, I look at it like this. You can work smarter. No, I'm not saying it's not entirely true. When you get to a certain level, you can be at that level. You can work for it. You can work an hour a week or just check in. But the people who are reading that book are not at that level. These are people that are just starting out, people who have businesses that they have to be a part of it. They have to run their businesses. They have to be part of the day-to-day. Because in the very beginning, you do. That's the truth. I don't care what anybody say. Didn't take anything from that book. Yeah, and it sells a bill. You know what? You know why he made all that money? Because people bought the book. And people bought the lifestyle, and they bought into the community that he built. And there's nothing wrong with it. Listen, make your money how you can. But you have to always look at that and look at the message. Because if the person is, all right, let's back up. He started several businesses before that whole theory. And those businesses, we're talking not like $1,000 businesses or even $100,000 a year business. These were 7-figure businesses that he had. So to tell somebody who's coming off of a job, or coming in with maybe $100 to their name, or coming in who has to build from the ground up, to tell them that you can start right away with the 4-hour work week, forgive my language, that's bullshit. It is. And that's why I have a problem with the book. I don't have a problem that you can't get there, because yeah, you absolutely can. And the other thing I can't stand, and then Doreen Ambition, she will be able to testify to this. Here's the thing. He does it using cheap labor. Now, as a businesswoman, I understand you got to conserve costs. But again, what you invest in is what you get. You have to invest. Exactly. Starting out, you work more hours for your stuff than you do a job. Exactly. As he promotes paying $1.50 an hour to virtual assistants. I said that as you said it. Exactly. Yes, exactly, Doreen. He wants you to pay $1.50, $3 an hour to a virtual assistant. Exactly. And I think that's devaluing people. He says he'd rather go overseas. Well, what about the jobs here in America? There's a lot of people who need work and are talented, are wildly talented. Why would you take and pay $1.50 an hour to someone overseas who you may have to trial and error, and you may not get on the same page, or there may be some communication barriers, when you have people that are right here in the United States who need work. And I'm sorry, guys, those of you who are watching international, I know I have people from Brazil and all these other places. This is not a knock on you guys. What I'm saying is you can't undervalue talent. And this is the recruiter in me coming out, because I did have a recruitment firm before, and I do still do some recruiting under Empower Me. But I hate it when people they devalue talent. The world is getting flatter, yes, and you have more access. And if you are looking to get into the Philippines or get into South Africa or get into wherever it is that you're trying to get into, yes, I can understand you hiring someone from that region, because they are feet on the ground, they understand, they know the landscape. But to be sitting here comfortable on your ass saying I pay $1.50 an hour to somebody to do my admin work, and I make millions and millions of dollars, what does that say about you as a person? What did I say earlier? Scared money don't make money. I believe in investing in people, and I believe in giving people opportunities. You know, and it's just, we live in this microwave society, and I think he perpetuates that with the book. I'm sorry, it's just, that's what it is. Tim Ferriss, don't curse me, send your legal team after me. This is my opinion. I am entitled to my opinion. That's how I feel. You know, but it's just, if you're in business, you got to think about it like that. People like hype more than hard work. Yes, they do, the cut junkie. Thank you. It's all about the hype, and there's so many people online. And again, if anybody gets offended by this, you can click out the X in the top of the thing, because I speak it straight from the heart, straight from the truth. There are a lot of people out there that sell this whole be an online entrepreneur dream, and you can get rich online and be a 6-figure business. Now, some of them people probably are not even 5-figure businesses. There are only a couple I can count on one hand who I would recommend to people. That would be, and I haven't used them. It's just based on other people. Well, I've gotten mixed reviews on some of them, but it seems to be working for them. Allie Brown, AllieBrown.com. Marie Forleo is another one. You got Fabian Fredrickson from theclientattraction.com. And then one I forgot to mention the last time, Natalie McNeil. She takes over the world. She has something called the Conquer Club. Now, the one thing about all of these, they're all build a business online kind of people. But the only thing they focus on is marketing, building your list, social media, how to do postcards, how to do your website, how to set up lead pages, and things like that. When you're growing a business, you need to think beyond that. I hire people to do my marketing. I don't want to do the marketing for myself. That's not my skill set. That's not where I am. My skill set is growing businesses, tearing it down to the studs and making it profitable. That is my skill set. Recruiting is my skill set. I can tell you all day long where to find top talent. That's my skill set. Marketing, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I do periscopes and tweets and things like that because I want to, not because I have to. I don't want it to become a job. You have to market. You always, and I'm not saying marketing is not important. Marketing is important. But a lot of these people make it seem like I'm a business coach, but all they teach you is how to market. Yes, I'm the nuts and bolts infrastructure person, just like Miss Phenom said. You have to figure out your budgeting. You have to figure out how to hire a team. And when I say that, I'm not talking about hiring a virtual assistant. A lot of people say, oh, hire your first employee. It's a virtual assistant. You know, my first employee was an assistant, not a virtual assistant. And this is not a knock, because I have so many moving parts to my business. I needed somebody to focus on me and my business. A virtual assistant is a business, and a lot of people forget that. These ladies and gentlemen run businesses. So number one, you need to compensate virtual assistants something that's market rate, at least market rate. Number two, you have to respect that they're running a business and you are not their only client. They make their money, they eat, they sleep, they drink based on their clients, just like any other business. But for me, I needed to be number one priority. So you have to decide for your business do I need a virtual assistant or do I need a dedicated assistant? And for me, I needed a dedicated assistant. I'll go a quick story about the company Zirtual. I didn't expect to bring this up, but since we're talking about virtual assistants, I teach my clients about system processes before marketing. That's right. Because what do I say? You can market it and make it pretty nice with bows and everything, but when you open that package, if it's crap, then you're going to have some pissed off customers. So you got to make sure the internal stuff is working smoothly and functioning right before you can market anything. Thank you, Doreen, for saying it. You got to teach that. You got to learn, set the foundation first. But Zirtual, with a Z, They were this virtual assistant company, phenomenal. They had gotten funding and, I mean, all kind of stuff. Silicon Valley gave them funding and everything. They imploded because they decided to scale up. You can't market if you're not set up to serve your client. Exactly. They scaled up and hired 400 people off the bat. Couldn't get any more funding. They weren't getting any traction. They weren't charging enough, which is what everyone wants to say. They have a brand but don't understand what a brand is. Exactly, Cut Junkie. Exactly. Hi, Nakiba. Thanks for joining. They scaled up so quickly and said, we need all these employees and we're going to put them on payroll and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden, one day, Friday, they did a podcast about how successful they were. And then that Monday, there was a note that went out. And I'm going to send the link out on Twitter so you guys can read about it. Or you could search Zirtual and you'll see the big debacle. It was, dear customers, we are shutting our doors. We have to strategize and figure out. I don't know how I end up here, but I'm listening. Oh, thank you, Nakiba. They didn't know how they were going to pay their employees. Their funders backed out. That's what I tell you, investment dollars, everybody wants to get investment funding. It has to be the right investment funding. And we're going to talk about that another scope, not today's scope. But if you're going to go for the big dogs and you're going for money, girl, oh, Jesus, you can't. Right, they can't make payroll. If you like this scope, share with your follow. Yeah, please share and give me hearts. They sent a note, an email, and put a note up on their website that they were shutting down. Their virtual assistants who they had just hired got nothing. How did they find out? On social media with everybody else. Company imploded. This is what I'm talking about. When you start running online businesses and you're not scaling and you're not thinking about it, you got to think about what your business is. What is the purpose? Who do you serve? What is the big picture with your company? You know, they had it. They had a great thing. They had it was kind of like a virtual assistant agency kind of thing. And it was a great model. It just didn't make money. In order for your model to work, your business model, and a lot of people don't, if I ask, what's your business model? They look at me like, what? Your business model? Well, what's your revenue model? What? I make money. I charge this. That's not your revenue model. They did not have the right structure in place for their pricing, for their revenue, for anything. And they imploded publicly. And they got, the CEO got cussed out because how do you go on the radio Friday and say, we're doing great, we just secured another round of funding, and we're expanding and we're going to hire new people, and on Monday, you shut the doors virtually. You put a sign up on your website, we're no longer in business. If they had come to me, and you guys know I do not, my brain is opening to new chambers. Oh, good, thank you, I'm glad, thank you, Trisha. If they had called me, trust me, we would have got all the infrastructure taken care of. And then she took the coward's way out, and she waited about a week before she made a public statement, and she went on, I think it was Mashable or Medium or whatever, and wrote this long open letter about why everything didn't work and how she feels this and people are picking on her. No, let me tell you what a mogul does. Let me tell you what a real badass CEO does. They lick their wounds for 24 hours. Then they pull up their big girl pants or big boy pants. They get out there in front of the public, especially when you have investors. You get out there and you say, sorry, everybody. Excuse my language. I fucked up. That is what a real CEO would do. They take ownership. Zirtual is the epitome of being the darling of winning a... Yes, thank you. She said it's the epitome of winning a pitch competition. All these companies that get investment dollars, it doesn't mean they have sustainability. It doesn't even mean they have common sense with the CEOs. It doesn't even mean they have people who can run the business. So just because you get money, that's the first step. That's not the end. That's the first step. Then you got to pull it together and become a real company. A lot of people don't know that. They see Shark Tank and think it's all fun and games. No. Business is business. And a lot of people don't understand it. But yeah, she didn't own up to her mistake. Her entire diatribe, which would have probably printed out to about 18 pages, was about what everybody else did wrong. And why she can't understand why she didn't get funding. And why people don't understand. No, just admit it. I fucked up. Just say it. What is the big deal? When you're a CEO, and especially if you're a public CEO, and her company wasn't public, but she was public because she got investment dollars and she was all over the media, then you can't run and hide and point the finger at someone else, because what happens when you're doing this? All these other fingers is pointing right back to you. You have to take ownership, accountability, and responsibility as a CEO. And again, that goes back to scared money don't make money. You see how all of this, if she had invested in the right things, the right consultants, the right guidance, I don't know who the hell was advising her. Oh. And not to mention 2 weeks before they imploded, their HR director quit. Just like that. Their CFO quit. That tells you something. If you have your top players quitting on you, then you haven't done a very good, exactly, red flag. You haven't done a very good job of fixing that foundation. So my purpose in sharing all that to you is anybody can say, I can help you build an online business. Anybody can say, thank you, scared money don't make money. I can help you become a lifestyle entrepreneur. I hate that term. Forgive me, Lord. I can't stand it because what exactly does that mean? Lifestyle as in fitness, does it mean, you got to define it. You can't just use terms, you pull it out of the internet. But my thing is, you got to look at the intention. What are these people teaching me? What is the information that they're sharing with me? What is it that they're specializing in? What are they helping me with my business? How are they helping me to grow? Not how they're helping me market. Not how they're helping me to get more social media followers. Not helping me how to build a list. Because let me tell you something. I used to have a list over 5,000 people on my mailing list. It's down to 1,300 now. Because I cut a lot of people. Because a lot of people will go and they will subscribe to your list, especially if you got something free. My free thing on my when you subscribe to my newsletter is you get a free audio called Don't Be a Broke Brand. And I know all about being a broke brand because I was there, been there, done that, got a t-shirt. But they want to get the free item. They want to get the freebies. So what I did was I was tracking because I use MailChimp. And I tracked to see who opens, how much they open, when they open, when's the last time they open. And I said, you know what? I'm not serving these people anymore. They're not finding value. They must have came just to get what it is. So I slashed. And I had someone who actually does online marketing. She was like, are you freaking insane? Why are you doing that? Because thank you, all money ain't good money and all messages don't fit all people. Who I'm targeting is those who are ready to take action. Those who are at a point in their business where they're like, okay, I know I can't get to the next level by myself. I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. Those are the people, not the people sitting in the sideline. Yes, target market. Micro target your market. Because here's the thing. When you micro target your market and you get real focused on who you serve, that opens you up to newer markets. Let that sink in for a minute. It actually does, because then you prove your worth, you prove your staying power in that niche, and then eventually other people will see, and then you can create other markets. You can move into other markets. You can create other niches. But as long as you have that one lane that you are just killing it in, and I've said this in other scopes, if you kill it in that lane, you can expand out. So think lane first, then expansion. See, a lot of people go, I want to cast a big net and use, what's the word, guys? A funnel. I hate that term. And they want to funnel through. Well, guess what? I don't want to tap dance and jump through fire rings and things for everybody up here who may not become a customer. I'm going to focus on the ones down here who are my customer, who I can serve, who I am in a position to be there and help them and guide them and be there for them. I don't got time. And I'm not saying when you start out, yes, you have to build a funnel, you have to market, you have to do all that stuff. But what I'm saying is when people finish with all of that, with the Allie Browns and everybody else, and this is not a slight on them because I have much respect for these women that I mentioned early, that's when they get you started and get you set up and get you you're cruising. You take off and then you're cruising at the altitude. When you're ready to go up to 30,000 feet, right here. I'm that person because I make you think about the hard questions. Make you think about the things that nobody else is thinking about. I make you think about the things that a lot of people think that you have to be at a certain level to think about. Let me tell you something. Even when you're a startup, it is in your best interest to start forward planning. Think about your workforce planning. At what point? Yes, that's why I have kept cut junkie selective. Yeah, you have to. You have to. You think about in the very beginning. Think about how much per income or revenue that comes in. How many people do I need to hire per X amount of dollars? Think about for how many clients, how many X amount of people do I need to hire? What is the capacity? I mean, you should right now, if you're a startup or wherever level you're at, you need to be writing job descriptions and sit back and kind of close your eyes and visualize what your company will look like, what you want it to look like in 5 years as a company, not as a business, as a company, meaning jobs, creation of opportunities and things like that. Close your eyes and think about what it is I want this company to look like, and what people will make that happen. Who do I need in what place? Where do the pieces of the puzzles fit? And when you come and you can see those people, you start writing out a job description for them. You don't have to use it right away, but you start put a binder together. That's what I used to do. I keep notes everywhere. But write out a description of what it is that you need. You know, a COO. That's another thing. Everybody wants to be the CEO, but let me tell you something. The CEO is not the easy job, and it's not glamorous, and it's not the best job in the world like everybody would like you to believe. I've been planning for like the better part of 4 years to succeed. I hate to call it success, to succeed myself away from my company, but every time I try to do it, I can't. I have to. There's new levels to my business that I'm growing. All the ideas have come from me so far, but I know that there are people out there, and this is something here, you better write this down or heart or whatever you need to do, but take this in the manner in which it's intended for you. There are a lot of people in love with the title of CEO, but they don't understand that they are not the person to grow their company to the next level. You have to get out of your ego. You have to get out of your own way and start planning. Is it 18 months? Is it 24 months? Is it 3 years down the line? Where you slowly pull yourself away, make yourself the chair. You can make yourself the chairman of the board, chairwoman of the board, and hire a capable CEO. It's mandatory. Because look at Sarah Blakely. What you said, that's right, what I said. Look at Sarah Blakely. She is the chairman of her company. She's no longer the CEO. She's a $1 billion company. She's not the CEO. She hired a CEO. Look at Oprah Winfrey. Oprah has a president and a CEO of different divisions of her company. She's the chair. She's not the CEO. Because you can get your business to a certain level. You may have the vision and the creativity and the skill set to say, this is what I'm great at. But a CEO, let me tell you what a CEO's job is. A CEO's job is to make sure that from a bird's eye view, they see what's going on with the company at all times. Financial, branding, everything, infrastructure, technology, everything. And it's their job to elevate that company in the public eye. Take the ego out of succession planning. Exactly. And I don't mean passing it on to your cousin or your sister or your friend Bob or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or whatever. What I mean is a capable CEO who is capable of growing businesses. Even if you have to get an interim to kind of help you get over that hump while you're transitioning out, I'm saying these are things you have to think about as a business owner. That's what I'm telling you. A lot of these I'm gonna help you be a business owner. I'm gonna help you run a business and start an online business. They're not asking you these questions. They're not putting these tough demands on you. Bad enough. All right, nobody likes the financials. I hate the financials. I have somebody doing my books for me. I don't do them myself. I don't want to. I don't have to. I shut down. I'm taking managerial accounting right now. I just took financial accounting. Some of you guys know, and it killed me. But I got a B+. I roll like that. But I always want to know what's going on. As a CEO, I need to know what's going on in my company, in the markets, in the environment, in the world. And I watch CNBC, Fox Business, yes I do, not Fox News, Fox Business, CNBC, Fox Business, MSNBC, Bloomberg, all of those. I watch Al Jazeera, America. I watch all of those because it keeps me knowing what's going on in the world. And I plan to be a global brand. And how am I supposed to know what's going on if I'm not paying attention to what's going on in the world? You see what I'm saying? So you have to be able, have a working knowledge. So you have to be able to know every part of your business, but not do every part of your business. And everybody that's out there saying, oh, we teach you to work on your business, not in your business. No, they're teaching you how to market your business. They're not teaching you how to scale your business. They're not teaching you about customer acquisition. If I asked you guys right now and be honest with a yes or no, that's all. You don't have to say anything else, but be very honest, brutally honest, because you know I would with you. Here's it. No, girl, Fox Business, Fox Business and Fox News are two different. You need to watch Fox Business. You do, really. And I'm not a Fox fan. And I'm not a Republican. But anyway, I'm going to ask you guys that. God, I lost it. What was I saying? To be honest, if I ask you right now, do you know what your cost of customer acquisition is? Can you tell me that you do today, right now, at 1:25 p.m.? Do you know your cost of customer acquisition? That's just yes or no. You ain't got to be ashamed. If you know it, say yes. If you don't, don't. That's something that, exactly, you have to understand your cost of customer acquisition. You know, it's not enough to know what you have in the bank. It's not enough to know how much you're pricing things. It's not enough to know if you've made a profit or anything like that. You have to know what it costs for you to get your customers. And let me tell you, sometimes those big heavy campaigns with the email and all that stuff like that, add in manpower, because I look at it like this. You got to look at the pure raw costs, plus you got to add in the manpower, plus you got to add in what it costs to use services and tools to get your customers, and whatever else miscellaneous in there. All of that has to be figured in to figure out your cost of customer acquisition. Once you come up with that number and divide it by the number of customers that you have, that's your cost of customer acquisition. I just gave you guys a lesson that Shark Tank, I think, gave you guys a long time ago. These are things they're not giving you on these things. And again, I have tremendous respect, but I just believe, let's call a spade a spade. When you're running a real company, those are things you have to think about. You know, when Warren Buffett started Berkshire Hathaway, he was thinking about all that stuff until he started hiring people up the rank, you know, where he moved up, where didn't have to have as much involvement. But he paid attention to that. He paid attention to all of that. You got to pay attention to opportunities to collaborate with competitors and with potential JV partners, you know, because we live in you know, the world is getting flatter. So you have to be open, like when I said about, what was it, Judy? Is that what I said, Patrice? About Judy, who didn't open her mind to collaboration. Scared money don't make money. These are things you have to ask yourself. You know, what kind of risk are you willing to take? Are you willing to gamble? Are you willing to do something that nobody else will do or has done so that you can take your business up to the next level? You got to make that decision. You know, it's easy for us to get all hyped up. Oh, yeah, she preaching it on the Periscope, whatever. And then when you shut off the Periscope and you go back to your desk and it's like, okay, back to normal. No, you got to decide, what risks am I going to take? What opportunities am I going to make for myself? What table am I going to pull up a chair to? Because I don't believe in letting people ask me or invite me to the table. I kick the door in. I pull up my own chair. You see, I got my stadium chair here. I'll pull up my stadium chair with a bottle of water or some wine and say, okay, what we doing? You got to put yourself at the table, but you got to put yourself at the right table. Take this advice and take action. Yes, I hope, you know, these stories that I've shared and little anecdotes, I hope they've been helpful to you guys. Because like I said, today I didn't plan to go on so long. I think I've been on about an hour. But I have about 4 other topics I want to do. And I'm going to do a mini scope. What I said, mini scope today. So I'll be doing a couple of them this week, today rather. Because I have to, because it's like, I feel like I'm called. There's so much bullshit and nonsense out there on the internet. And so many fake frauds out there. And you guys, I tell you, I failed. You know, there was, what did I tell you guys the other day about how I almost lost my house and how my electric got cut off and all this? Yeah, when you're pursuing your business, and business had to follow you. Absolutely, yes, follow her. You know, there are times, and there were days where I had to choose between feeding myself or, you know, paying a bill. Or there were days when I had to feed my son and I didn't eat. You know, don't get started on the fake ones here. Yeah, but you know what, Patrice, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to, you know, I'm just pointing it out. I can't be mad at it anymore. So here's what I decided to do. That's why I started doing my scopes, because when Jay Stone is the one that turned me on to Periscopes, and I wasn't going to do it because I hadn't done videos like Hangouts and things like that in a long time. It wasn't in my heart to do it, and I didn't feel like I had anything to contribute. But listening to people and watching and seeing the fake and the fluff and all that, I said, you know what? This is what I'm called to do. I'm called to say, okay, you want to follow that? That's fine. I don't knock anybody. You do what's right for you. But when you're ready to build a real company, I'm going to share the information with you that's going to get you boosted and motivated to say, yeah, I want to be on that level. How can I be on that level? And I'm hoping that I've shared enough information with you so that you feel that, yeah, I don't want to be, like I said the other day, anybody could be a boss. Not everybody could be a mogul. And even fewer people can be a power broker. I don't consider myself a power broker yet. I am a mogul though. And I'm very, very much about that. So not anybody can be a boss. Not everybody can be a mogul. And even fewer can be a power broker. So I put that up there on my Instagram and on my Twitter. So you'll see. Oh, thank you, honey. You'll see you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference. Because everybody want to say, I'm a boss, I'm a boss, I'm a boss. But are you doing boss moves? Are you making boss? Are you talking to investors on a daily business? Do you have a broad vision of your business that investors are getting on board with, that they're loving, that they're willing to throw money behind you? It ain't just about having customers. It ain't just about having a solid brand. It's about who's willing to invest in you. In emotionally, invest your time in you, invest your money in you, to back you and say, without a doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, I support this business, or I recommend this business, or I'm putting my money, I'm investing in this business. If you're not there, yeah, you're a boss. Because anybody can start a business. Anybody can go down to the court's office and file an LLC and incorporation papers and get a tax ID number and open put up your shingles and open a business. A mogul runs a company. A power broker makes shit happen, builds brands, and affects change in the world. So you got to decide what you want to be. Are you going to be a boss? There's a lot of bosses out here on Periscope. And I love it that, people are getting out there and sharing and being open and honest. But let's keep it real. When it comes to building a business, it's not easy. It is not easy. It's not cute. It's not sexy. I try to make it sexy, but it's not sexy. It's the things that's unsexy about it. And you know what? The ones that are quietest behind the scenes, who aren't bragging and showing off and showing pictures of their cars and glam trips and all the other stuff, the ones behind the scenes who are keeping it quiet, those are the ones who are real influencers. The millionaires, they always, remember the bug, the millionaire next door? They always say, it's not the person driving the Benz with the rims and the gold, 24 karat gold steering wheel and all the jewelry and diamonds and furs and all of that. It's the dude driving the pickup truck, wearing his jeans and some sneakers or some Timberlands or some boots and chilling and just banking their money. Those are the people who are real millionaires. I don't speak about my financial. I talk about the failures I've had. I talk about the hard times I've gone through. But you'll never hear me. You'll never know anything about what I. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. I'm going to share something with you guys, and there's only a couple of you left on here, so you're lucky. So you're going to get this. So get your pen and a pad out, because this is something that I just thought of. I went last night. I posted a picture of a networking group. I went to my real estate investing group, Under the Radar, exactly. My real estate investment group. And I'm going to tell you something about Under the Radar. And I want you to write this down. Write these two words down. Land trust. Land, L-A-N-D, trust, T-R-U-S-T. A land trust, when you're investing in real estate, and this is something, if anybody on here is on real estate, you probably know about this, and you got to check the laws in your state, because I'm only talking about in Florida. When you put your stuff in a trust, you have a trustee and an administrator handling all of your business. What can you put in a trust? You can put your 401k in a trust. You can put your home in a trust. You can put your business in a trust. You can put your investment properties in a trust, and you'll own it, but on paper you won't own it. If somebody, let's say if somebody got hurt and fall on your property or whatever, and they want to sue you, who are they coming after? They're coming after the person. The first thing the lawyer's going to do is look at the person who has all this stuff next to their names. They have this business, they have this, and bragging about, oh, I have this, and all these pictures on social media about, look at how I'm living. They're going to go after those people because they're in public record. But you use a trust. All your assets are protected. You have a trust administrator and a beneficiary. And I'm not an attorney, and I'm not authorized to speak on this, but I'm just giving you a little tidbit because I want you to talk to your own attorney, and your attorney should know about a trust, and I want you to talk to whoever the representative is in your state and find out. You're less visible. You're less visible in a trust. It's almost bulletproof. Now, here's the thing. You don't want to have your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife that you're having problems with, or your sister that you're pissed off, or somebody be a beneficiary, because the court would need access to your documents. And let's say you had grandma as your beneficiary. Well, grandma told you to take out the trash and come paint her house, and you brushed her off. Well, grandma's pissed and grandma's vindictive, and when the court comes by, she's like, yeah, I'm the beneficiary. I know exactly where all her stuff is. And she points out all your shit. Then your stuff is getting attached. That's why I say it's almost bulletproof. So be careful who you choose as a beneficiary for your business, for your trust. But yeah, those are things that these people, they're not teaching you about with these online businesses and everything and all of that. I'm trying to help you build wealth. I'm trying to help you live and be free and be wealthy. That's what I want you to do, and that's my ideal. When I look at the big picture, I don't know the name yet, but I see the vision of what I want this Mogul Chicks Chat to evolve into. I want you guys to become moguls. I want you guys to be financially savvy. I want you to own businesses. I want you to be investors. I want you to be angel investors. I want you to be successful. That's what I want. You know, so if I can share these little tidbits, I'm happy to do it. So if you guys want to watch on a replay, fine. If you miss anything. Is the beneficiary, no, it's not. It's not the same as the executor. It's absolutely not. You have an executor and a beneficiary when you have a trust. Kenny Rushing, Real Estate Mogul in Tampa. Thank you. Yes, I know you said that. I'm going to write down, you gave his website earlier, so definitely, I'll definitely reach out to him. But yeah, I mean, I want to give you the real talk, the real deal, what it takes to really become a mogul, what it really takes to build a company, and not just have a business. Because here's the thing: if you want to just have a business, fine. Small business is the backbone of the economy. If you're trying to build a global brand, if you're trying to build a company, that's what I want you to do, and that is the purpose of me sharing these things with you. So I need to wrap it up because I have about 10% power left. So I'm gonna come back with another Mogul Chicks Chat later on. I'll probably be by the lake with Jose Cuervo. You guys know how that is. He's always all over the place. But if you felt that you've gotten any kind, at least one nugget from this episode today, please go ahead and share the hearts, and please go ahead and share it to all your friends. Use the hashtag Mogul Chicks with an X chat, and those are the ones that I would be coming up on. So thank you guys. I love you all. Thanks for indulging me and listening to me. And you have a lot to think about. So when I come back on from my Periscope in a couple of hours, I want to know what your takeaways were and what you're implementing the next time. So if you want to look for me, Jose is my dog. You know how to drink. Yeah, tell him. Yeah, and the alligator, right? Jose is my little. Jose Cuervo is trying to come out here now. So I'll show you him really quick before I roll out. Come here, dog. No, come here. He's crazy. He's crazy. Hold on. Here he is. This is Jose Cuervo. That's my guard dog. See? His little stick figure legs. He about the size of a squirrel. But he's my protector. He's my mascot. He goes toe to toe with the alligators when we walk by the lake. So stop giving him hearts. Y'all always give him hearts. But no, seriously, I'll be back later on, and I want you to think about what we talked about today, and if you've learned anything, be prepared to share that when we come back, because listen, I don't want to just talk at you. I want this to be two-way. I want this to be interactive. I do better. I thrive better when we do this. So check out my podcast, Adrian. It is on adriangraham.podomatic.com, and it's also on iTunes, and my website is empowerme.org. Ignore the housekeeping. We're experimenting and changing it up, but it looks tacky right now. But we're still kind of working on it. So be free, feel free. And also follow me on Twitter at talentdiva. Thank you, empowerme.org, and ia.empowerme.org if you want to learn about Incubate to Accelerate. And then I'll be back later on. So I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for indulging me. Take care.